Team, week 3, together we can. And wow, what a week. Some really, really big news this week that Site Ready Solutions has done an amazing deal, which I'm going to tell you much more about next week, but it's going to mean we're going to be able to empower and train many, many more young apprentices entering this great trade of ours, bricklaying. So something we're very proud of, and we're going to be doing a bit of an announcement of that next week. But this week, it's been about more progression for our apprentices at Barking. They've been really going into their extra bricklaying training with Pat. Pat's been back in the team. You'll see some more about from Pat this week. Also introduce you to Kay, one of our, someone that's been working for GSQ for a little while that started to learn to lay bricks this week. You'll see more of Greedy and myself in the G spot, and you're going to see some stuff here from Super Trowel. So we're here at Super Trowel 2025. One of GSQ's former apprentices, Christian Thomas, is representing GSQ here today. It wasn't that long ago he was an apprentice, and now for him to be out here trying to win, you know, the competition to be the best bricklayer in the UK is fantastic. But yesterday also there was an apprentice competition here, so you'll see some of that on this video, and hope you're enjoying it. So please subscribe, leave comments, and keep following us, because together we can. That's what it is all about. It's us together. Pat, let me just can't take your eyes away from your lovely trainees there behind you. We introduced you to everyone here on Together We Can. A couple of weeks ago you was working at Basildon. Today, day 1 at Barking. What's your thoughts so far?
Everything positive so far. Really impressed with them. Really nice lads. It's just basics today. Day 1 is basics, and we're trying to instill some good habits, you know.
Yeah.
With all the bad habits that people pick up over the years and start them off with the right foundation.
And yeah, you're lucky because you've been on holiday. So we had the guys last week and they did really well. But so your first impressions, what are your honest first impressions when you met them this morning?
I was impressed. They're nice young lads. They're polite, they're eager, they're willing. They was here all on time as well, which is a bonus for me.
Yeah.
No.
You're a stickler for times. Why is that important, Pat?
Wake up on time, set your alarm. It just starts you off in the day on the right foot.
Yeah,
If you're rushing around, you make mistakes, you forget something. It's just better to be there on time. And it just shows willing to whoever's in charge as well, that you're there to do a day's work, you know what I mean?
This might be a silly question, but why do we go to work? What is it we go to work for?
We've got bills to pay, haven't we? We need the money. So you could lay in bed all day and do nothing, or you can get up, crack on, do a day's work, and have money to spend.
And while we're here, do we hide or do we crack on?
Crack on, or you're not going to last. You got to show up.
Show up.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Pat. Thanks for showing up and thanks for doing what you're doing. So,
my pleasure.
This is we're doing 5 days of laying bricks. What's the target, and what do you think is the reasonable where we're going to be?
I think a more than reasonable target will be 150 bricks each on Friday.
So that's laying to a line. Now, obviously, we at Site Ready we accept that is not. That's only really the beginning, isn't it?
It's the beginning. Yeah, it's the beginning.
And kind of why do we set that as a bit of a target initially?
It's just a nice. It's something for them to aim for. 150 is a nice number. They're more than capable of doing that by the end of the week.
Yeah.
And it's something for them to feel proud of. You know, they can look back at it and say, yeah, I've done it.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
Top man, Pat. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, we're rolling. We're at Barking, and we are introducing you to a new member of our team. Someone that's been I've been lucky to be working with for a little while now. Kay. Kay, I always I'll get the introductions wrong. So Kay, just tell me a little bit about your journey so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming from hospitality and retail background. I wanted to do something physical, something active, not office work. I messaged Gal and said, is there any chance you've got any start? He said, I've got the perfect role for you. Unfortunately, at the time, it wasn't ready yet, so I ended up on the HOD. I've done the HOD for about 15 months, and now I'm here today on the trail training, finally.
Yeah, brilliant. And
now we've got something in place.
Yeah, so Site Ready, we're sort of sharing some of the story, but one of the this kind of role we created, this support team operative, which was like, you know, when I told it to my team, no one really understood what it was, and it's a hard one because it's so unique, but it was like it's a hybrid really between what we know as an old school odd carrier labourer, but with some bricklaying skills and the fundamentals of it really. And you was very much, there was you and a young lad at the same time, who was very much a bit of a guinea pig really. Sort of compare you to a guinea pig, but you did so well in that role. And I think, you know, the great thing about your hard work and effort and showing up every day. And we said we was going to give you a go on laying bricks. So today's really that first proper day.
Step. First proper step, yeah. I'm just excited to progress. And obviously with the STO thing, it's brilliant to have something new. There's new people coming through. It's a new way of upskilling. You're teaching everybody a different kind of work ethic because they know that the brickies are all going to have to muck in.
Yeah.
Whereas old school brickies, they're not a fan of mucking in, are they?
Ah, no, yeah,
The new ones coming through though,
think
everyone's
you're
going to
right.
be mucking in. It's going to be team effort. Yeah, it's the best way to go, isn't it?
I love it. We call them modern professional bricklayers.
Modern professional
I think the
bricklayers.
modern is the key bit, really. You know, we love the old. You know, Greenie calls them dinosaurs, but
Yeah,
you know,
the
it's
old
modern.
dinosaurs.
But
we love our dinosaurs, but
yeah.
there's space for new,
and so
space for
just
new blood.
you come down here today, and obviously this behind you know, it's the lads behind you in the red hats were like, you know, this is their second week to the industry, where you've been around a little bit more now.
Yeah.
So your first impressions of those and the dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant, and I think it's just a confidence thing in it. Like with age, I mean, I was anxious myself. I was up late last night, anxious, thinking, "Oh God." So I can imagine how these were feeling. I've got 15 months on them. Do you know what I mean? But it's just being confident, putting yourself out there. Trust your hands. Let your hands do the talking.
Brilliant. And Pat, you know, Greenie's here. You know, Greenie's never far away, but Pat's our main teacher this week.
Yep.
How's Pat get on
He's
with it?
amazing. I mean, you started me with Pat, Damo, Tony, Todd. Just such a fast gang to start me off with, and a brilliant gang. They all cared about me. They all looked after me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's full cycle now to be back with Pat. Yeah.
So the term gang is in many ways the right term, because that was a gang of people that really liked each other.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to evolve it into the term team, but it's the same ethos, if you like. You
Absolutely,
know, so them as a collective always talk very highly of you.
Yeah.
Which is a testament, if you
They're
like.
brilliant.
You know?
They just looked after me immediately. I was terrified my first day. You said to me, "Here's 2 buckets, here's a shovel, get up on the ladder." And I thought, how the fuck am I going to get up the ladder? But no, Bill came straight down and it just straight away made me feel so comfortable.
Right.
So anyone that's nervous, immediately you're going to make friends. As soon as you come here, everyone's going to look after you.
I love it, Kate. It's like you've just told a brilliant story, a journey of you so far, and it's going to be really exciting. You laying bricks, you know, week 1, so 150 is the target at the end of day 5. You're comfortable, confident?
Easy breezy.
Easy breezy.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll check in at the end of the week.
Gang calling out for me.
Well done. See you later.
Cheers, guys.
Bye. Together we can. Super Trowel 2025. Greenie, what do we reckon?
Brilliant, mate. Look at it out there. We've got Apprentices laying bricks, Apprentices competition now. This is it, mate. This is what we need. The industry needs this. We've got Demi there, who actually works for GSQ on the hood there. She's a bricklayer trainee with us.
So Super Trowel, this is the 3rd year. Do you remember when we looked at it the first time?
How it's evolved, mate. This is like, it's like better than Vegas, mate. This is.
Vegas,
honestly, I walked here today, goosebumps. I really did.
But you know when with that first event and like the pride in the room to be a bricklayer, and the guys that run Super Trowel, what have they done? Look, how much bigger is it?
Fantastic, mate. This is only going to get better, to be fair. Even speaking to people as we walk in, bricklayers that are proud to be here, real bricklayers, professional bricklayers.
Professionals. Tomorrow it's going to be absolutely rammed in here. You won't be able to move for bricklayers. Is it going to be about numbers? Is it about bricklaying? What is this about?
You know what, right? Yeah, it's about numbers. I'll tell you what, it's about quality as well. So whoever says Super Trowel is the fastest trowel slashers, wrong. Look at the judges. Look, you can see there, all the judges, right?
So it's not just how many bricks they lay, it's about the quality as well.
Quality and quantity comes in equal measures as a bricklayer. Know your numbers.
Brilliant. And I think what we'll do later, Greenie, we're going to dig into the old G spot again and maybe talk about bricklayers and numbers. Maybe we'll find a little quiet place later, and we'll chuck it in. Yeah.
So numbers game brickwork, mate. But no, Super Trowel, brilliant, mate. Proud to be here.
Brilliant. Okay.
Since this morning, it's been fantastic, and it's not going to be easy. It's a journey, isn't it? All I ask is you're better tomorrow than today. Every day you'll get better. Yeah, and you'll be. And this is the journey. If you give me everything, I can't ask no more. Yeah, that's part of learning, isn't it? People learn at different speeds. You know, all of you should be impressed with what you've done today. You're laying bricks to a line. You know, tomorrow will be easier as well.
Greenie, just catching on. I know you're in full flow there, coming up towards the end of the day here. Second week at Barking.
Might be second week at Barking, but it's the first day actually laying bricks properly today. So
Yeah,
we get it out and there's that.
We did it. Well, you did some.
We did
drills
some training.
last week.
We done drills last week, but today it's laying to a line, setting up the profiles, laying to a line. What we asked them to do. You know?
Are you pleased with the progress?
Really pleased. But like I say, temperature today we're 28 degrees. They're using muck in real bricklayers conditions. where muck's going off. So it's a lot harder.
And I think that I said that my challenge was to be able to lay day one, I wanted one brick.
Yep.
So all I wanted, one brick each. So today we've got, in effect, 1, 2, 3, we've got 5 trainees here.
Yep.
So I only wanted to see 5 bricks. How many have we seen?
You're seeing a lot more than 5. So we're talking 10 a course. We've got 50 there, 40 there, 30 there. So, but this is not before tea. They've done 100 bricks.
And, you know, we've got a diverse crowd here of different age groups, different backgrounds, some of a little bit more experience, some of a little bit less. And collectively as a team.
Do you know what they are? So even Ashton and Harry there, get to the last 2 bricks, one lays the bed, one lays the brick. Working as a team. That's what you do as a bricklayer. 2 people at the end, good bricklayer that is. And you meet in the middle. Yeah, sometimes in most jobs you get a bricklayer that just walk down the other end of the line. That's where we get them to work as a team. I can ask no more, you know? Yeah. And this is only first day.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff.
Tomorrow will be even better.
Well done all. Wow. Right, so last week, chaps, we was running the hot talks at the end of the day. And today, we haven't got a TV and we haven't got a laptop. So we're just going to do talking. And I think it's really important at the end of the day as a team to come together and talk really as a team. Last week, Ashton, you told me last week we talked about confidence. And we do our daily diaries at the end of the day of productivity, but I don't read it. I want to hear it from the voices. All right. So for the rest of the week, this is going to be pretty much the end of the day. Pat and Billy will be running this session. And if one of you guys and girls, Kay, want to step up and do this, that's great. But what I want is 3 questions. We can leave these questions up here and we can do them every single day because ideally this is what I want to know. But if we want to come up with any original ones, we can. And Pat, if you can then just take a picture of the board, send it to me so I can see what's being happened. So the key thing are really here, it's your time to talk, not necessarily my time. You know I love talking. So 3 questions. And I might not ask every single one of you, I might just randomly pick out because otherwise it's going to go on forever. We want to go home. Do we want to go home, Ashton?
Yeah.
We do, right, okay. But do we want to learn?
Huh?
Do we want to learn?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right, so what have you learned today? Miguel, I'm going to ask you.
One thing in particular that stood out to me was the fact that when I joined up my work, I seemed to be a bit too delicate. And I think that's going to be a bit of a bad habit for me to break. It's my whole life, my mum's been telling me do this gentler, calmer. I've got that ingrained into my head.
Well, I think there was a word that Pat said. Do you remember that word he came out with?
The word that he said,
it was posh, wasn't it?
What's that?
Dexterity. Dexterity. But who knew that bricklayers needed dexterity? Well, Pat did, and he was right. Yeah. So that's a good one. So I think, you know, if I'm asking, you know, any randomly, I hope you've got that answer in, right? So I'm going to ask you, Harry, the same question. What have you learned today?
That I leave too much of a gap in the I forgot this.
I said about perp, the memory. That's a funny word, isn't it? Perp, yeah.
Yeah, I leave too much of a gap in the perp.
Yeah. So in respect of like the inconsistency of the perp?
I put too much muck in. I put too much muck inside of it.
So your perp is too big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about day 1, what we're going to learn tomorrow. That's what you've learned, yeah? Right. So we're going to learn. So, you know, that's a key thing. We're going to learn from the things that we've got wrong. You know, that's why we got that silly thing up there, the hazard board, because we're always going to learn from them sort of failures and challenges. So we go on to the next one. So talk to me about numbers, how productive you've been. It doesn't have to be a number. Ashton, how productive have you been today?
I think that like today, out of every other day, it seemed like confidence-wise, I've been making mistakes, but you've been saying that's how you learn. And before even doing the technique with butter and the brick, I'd do it and it would fall off. But then I learned today, I got shown how to do it in different ways. And then I've sort of done it and it's just worked out. So
Love it. Do you know, you answered all 3 questions in one there. But a good thing is because what you learned today, but the numbers. How many bricks did I want you to lay today?
I think you said 100, didn't you?
No, the wrong answer. 1.
Oh, right.
1.
Someone said 100 at least.
Well, just that's greedy, being greedy, yeah?
Lay one right.
Lay one right. You know, our ambition is to be able to lay, you know, 500 bricks a day. Our ambition is to beat Charlie Collison or whatever, you know, whatever the ambition is. But today it was all about 1 brick. So the fact that you've laid more than one, to me, how productive you've been, smashed it. Every single one of you smashed it. Kay, productivity today?
I hope so. I think so.
What did you expect today?
Exactly this, I think. Because the thing is, because I've been here for so long, I've done like laying to the line, I've done a bit of course building, but for me it was like stringing a block, putting up a profile, there things I've got to learn the linguistics of it, do you know what I mean, as opposed to the practicality.
So is that because you jumped on whilst you could at work?
Yeah, and a bit of joining up here and there, but it's the setting up side of things and the technicalities I've got to learn.
You didn't have to do that working for us. You could have just didn't do that. Why did you do that?
I want to progress.
Ambition.
Yeah.
Progression and
You wanna be a
ambition.
bricklayer?
Yeah.
So it's a trick question. It's not about what you could have done better, what we could have done better. That includes the team, the training team. So over to you, Miguel. What could we have done better? So is there anything that my team could have done better today?
I'm not really sure I can think of anything that you lot could have done better, but one thing I did realise is that you lot are always learning. I'm pretty sure there was a moment earlier where we were writing, jotting down stuff on the board, and Greenie suggested that maybe we should have made like some type of jotter thingies where they can keep down basic information. Yeah,
Love
that's
it,
something
mate.
I realised.
The reason we're asking this is we want to know what we can do better. You know, like I said, I know that him not supporting Man U would be a great example there. I was expecting something like that. But, you know, it's not just about this journey. I think we want it to be a shared journey. You know, Ashton, you helped us really realise that last week when we said about, you know, maybe some tutors that wasn't necessarily being kind to you. Harry, anything that we could do better? And like I said, it could be, you know, collectively as a team, is there anything? But if there's anything specifically we could do better.
No, nothing that I could possibly come off the top of my head.
That's my favourite answer. But if the thing is, I'm going to ask Kay and she's going to tell me a load of things I could have done better.
What's she going to say?
So, yeah. So, Kay, I'm going to leave Ashton to the last word because he's good at last word. So, Ashton, nothing at all. Perfect.
No, the team's brilliant. I think the only thing is just we can't really combat it, but it's just going to be building work and having to take it back down. If there was something permanent that we could work on, but I know that's not realistic.
That's why we, you know, the real reward will be out on site, Pat, won't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you can see that. But, you know, we've got to reuse the bricks, we've got to reuse the mortar. So, yeah, that's where we are. So, Ashton, is there anything we could have done better?
No, I think smashed it.
Smashed it.
All right, Ashton, I really do. Yeah, we'll take that, Pat. Yeah.
That's it. Thank you. And see you tomorrow, yeah?
Thank you. Thanks, Gal.
Well done, everyone. Yeah.
Granny, are we still going to the G-spot?
G-spot all the way, mate. You've here. Everyone likes the G-spot.
So, we are Super Trowel 2025.
Brilliant, mate. It's brilliant.
Day one.
Day one. I walked through the arena today, and kind of your hair stick up, mate. It's the feeling there. People who care about bricklaying, real bricklayers. You know, people are taking a day off work to come here. It's not all about the money, is it? They're passionate about their industry. You know,
Passionate and proud, I reckon.
yeah. And to be fair, we're both proud about what we do. Yeah, I'm proud about being a bricklayer, getting on the line, putting down 500, 600 bricks. You know, go home, you're happy with what you've done, your output for the day.
So we talk about, I think we wanted to talk about numbers and how many bricklayers, what we lay as a bricklayer. You know, when you're on the trowel and you go to work in a day, how many bricks do you reckon you would expect to lay a day?
Well, myself, I remember we were working on jobs, you know, we're putting down 700 bricks a day.
Is that hard work?
That's not hard work. Organisation is key. Get organised right. Get there on time. You set up, you know. Don't walk through the gate 8 o'clock, profiles, but that's what you're expected to do, and that's why anyone who tells me they can't do that, are they a bricklayer?
I think 600-700 is a pretty tough day's work, to be fair, but they're going to be doing that in an hour.
Exactly. You're gonna have, I suppose, minimum tomorrow in an hour, 600 to 700. I reckon someone probably at 950 tomorrow in an hour.
So, obviously, we're all about training apprentices, getting new people into our industry.
Yeah.
What should a new apprentice be looking at doing when they get out on site?
Look, in my eyes, what they need to do is lay a brick right. So we got all to go, lay that first brick right before you move on to the second one.
So one brick.
One brick. But the proof is with the 4 apprentices who we're trying this week. Today is third day. So Friday, I'm expecting those to lay 150 good bricks. and they've been taught from Monday to Friday. And they will all do that. I've had feedback today that they've actually hit that today.
Really?
So, yeah,
That's great.
really. So, which is great.
So I think we've been saying to them really that the target is 1 brick every 3 minutes.
One every 3 minutes. It ain't hard, is it? It's not hard.
No. I mean, like I said, when you think that they're laying 10 a minute here, at least, and we know it's more than capable, but like you said, it's about being out of the skills to being laid that 1 brick. As
Get the one brick right before you move on to the next one. You know, too many people in this game don't lay that first brick right. How many bricklayers have we gone through? Honestly, mate, I hate to say, I know our office phone up and say, Greenie, you started another bricklayer. You started 100 this week. Yeah, I think that's the industry we're in, you know.
So tell me, to be able to lay 1 brick correct, what is like? There's 3 main things about to lay that brick. What would you say is the best way?
The body language, you set up, body position, right? But also the bed. Get the bed right. I still see today too many people put so much bed on that wall, and you're tapping. A good bricklayer doesn't tap. Lays correct bed, squeezes a brick down, moves on to the next one.
So it's just amount. No, we don't want extra. We don't want waste. We don't want it all on the floor.
Listen, we want full joints, but we don't want it all down. Let's say the cavity is the most important part of the building. We don't want that muck going down the cavity. Get that bed right, push. Next one, right, push. It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always say easy is 1, 2, 3.
So we're going to, in the coming weeks, do a lot more of actually showing the art of laying that 1 brick correct.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's great now because we're seeing the apprentices being able to do it. We'll do some filming here tomorrow where we're going to be seeing the superstars of this industry. But are we expecting our apprentices to be here now in the future?
100%. So I want our apprentices to be passionate about the industry. And I think if you teach them right, day one, so teach them the correct way. I always say I was taught the correct way. You know? And you'll be passionate about the game. You want to showcase your skills, don't you?
Yeah.
Them apprentices there today, Gal, they were laying, I think theirs was half an hour, and 200, 250 bricks.
Yeah, we showed a bit of that earlier.
Yeah, and to be fair, we stood behind there. They laid some really good bricks, mate.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, the story really today or tomorrow, one of our apprentices, former apprentices, is in the competition.
Exactly. So let's say Christian Thomas, he was the apprentice. I always remember working in Stratford, apprentice for us there. He now runs the site for us as a project manager.
And has worked his way through to being in Super Trowel.
Exactly, mate. So that's a credit to him. But it's proof there that you could do it. I've watched him set up today, and I was proud of his setup. He's just set up your block work and course of bricks, whatever, 2 course of blocks and course of bricks. Looks neat, looks tidy, you know. But his setup is right for tomorrow when it's all go systems go, mate.
So one last takeaway to any apprentices, young people out there.
Do you know what I say? I go on social media, watch out there, watch this. There's good bricklayers, a lot of good bricklayers out there. I say, use the internet as your knowledge. Learn, watch the methods, watch they do. And you can be doing that. And as we say, 0 to hero, mate. 3-year journey. In 3 years, you learn 50 grand. Yeah. That's
good money earner.
Good money, mate.
Yeah.
We've done all right out of it.
Top man.
Proud of it, mate. Cheers, buddy.
There's something powerful about empowering local people to build local homes. At Site Ready Solutions, we found that's what real success looks like. We prepare people to be site ready from day one. It's hands-on, honest work, and from the minute you step on site, you're treated like part of the team. Through supportive mentorship, productive futures are shaped, and nobody learns alone. Site Ready Solutions, building people, building futures. Visit sitereadysolutions.co.uk and make your last first step today, because together we can.